Hello guys, welcome to the Android Classroom. So as you all know, in the previous lecture we have created our auth page UI. Now in this video we are going to implement some methods to make our user log in using the Firebase authentication. So let's get started. To do so, first I will create a new folder in my lib folder. Inside my lib folder I will name it model, and then I will create a new file inside this model folder which will be called user.dart. Now let's create a class of user model. Now we'll create two string properties. One is email and the other one is password. Okay, now let's create getter and setter for this email password. To create getter and setter, I will just mark them and click on generate getter and setter. This function generating getter and setter automatically is only available if you install an extension called generate getter and setter for Dart. This is extension available for Visual Studio, Visual Code, to get this getter and setter so easily. Just generate them automatically. Okay, now let's just close this file user.dart. Now inside this I will create a function in my auth page. I will create a void function. First we will register our user and then we will log him in. Okay, in register I will check if underscore key dot is validate current state dot validate. It means check if both the email and password contain some text, and if they contain some text then run these codes. Now what I will do, now I will create a string email equals to, as you know we have created a email controller, text controller dot text. Do same for the password controller dot text. Now we'll call my user model which I have just created. User model equals to, let's name it user. It will be nice to name it user, equals to user model. Now I will assign the email and password, set the email and password. User dot email equals to email, user dot password equals to password. Okay, now with this value assigned, let's just start signing our user in. To sign user in, I'm going to create another folder in the lib file, but this folder is going to help us in every step we take on our app. Okay, so I will create a new folder. The folder name will be scope model. In the scope model I will create a new file called my scope model .dart. Now inside this I will import scope model says scope model.dart, package of the scope model. Then I will create a class and the class name will be my scope model, which will extend model class. Okay, now I'm going to create a function here, void register user. This function will take a user model which we will get a user model in this function and we'll name it user. Now inside this, now we are going to log the user in. To do so we need a Firebase auth variable, Firebase auth, name it auth equals to Firebase auth dot instance. Okay, now let's log the user in. So we'll call auth dot create user with email and password. This requires an email, so we'll got user.email comma user.password. Okay, so this returns a future. So what we can do is we will add async in this class, and instead of returning void, what we are going to return is we are going to return a future with it's going to return a map, actually, string password, sorry, string. Now what we have to do is this returns a auth results. So what we can do is we can say, or we will call auth results equals to await. Await means just wait this method to be passed, just wait for this method to run, and then return whatever the method returns, just save it into this result variable. Now I just missed the keywords, I guess. Yes, that's the shoe. Okay, it's fixed. Sorry, I just have to add this email and password because they are all under the curly brackets, so they are name variables, name parameters, sorry, to be precise. Okay, now we have got the results. Now what we can do is we can just create another instance of Firebase user, name it user, sorry, let's name it logged in user equals to result dot user, and this will give us the Firebase user. Now we can access the Firebase users user UID and email, etc. by just like we can save his UID in string UID equals to logged in user dot UID, and we will get the UID of the user. But for now we don't need UID, as we are not going too complex in this tutorial. We have logged the user in. Now but there's one thing left. We need to check for the errors, because maybe the email address is already taken, or the password is very short, or the email address is very badly formatted. So we need to check the errors. So how we can do is we will put this auth results into a try block, and this here, and on, then I will write on auth exception catch, and this will give us the exceptions for the results. Okay, so now we are trying if the email address and passwords are valid, means email address is not used or taken or already taken, or the password is above 6 digits, then we'll register the user. Or if the email address is badly formatted, or it is already in use, or the password is less than 6 characters, then we will get the error on catch. So let's just return a map, and this will have success, and this will be true, means we have logged in. Actually it's a dynamic type. Okay, and a message that will be logged in success. Just copy this return statement again and paste it on the catch block, and the success will be false, and the message will be e.message. This will return whatever the error occurred, like the email is badly formatted or the password is very short, whatever it is, we'll get that. Okay, so by these codes our authenticity or registration will definitely work. Let's implement it in our auth page.